So, I'm going to do a video of me talking about something other than myself. I may come up in the video, but we'll wait and see. So this video is on cheat meals, and by cheat meal I mean burgers and fries, pizza, junk food, shite, yeah. So we're going to do it off two. I'm going to give my opinion. You can agree, you can disagree. I don't really mind, to be honest. I don't care about anyone's opinion other than my own and certain people that I trust. So yeah. So we're going to start off with the competitor, the competitor that competes in competitive things, be it bodybuilding, physique, bikini, any physique competition. So, I use cheat meals with clients? Yes. Does everyone get them? No. Do the vast majority get them? No. It's a very, very small minority that get cheat meals in their plan. I have done the cheat meal thing in the past. First prep, didn't have any cheat meals for 20 weeks. Second prep, I had one or two. Third prep in 2014 that I self-destructed for the Arnold Classic, I had a cheat meal probably every second day. And by cheat meal I mean a binge, which weren't planned, weren't structured, and that's why I looked like a bag of shit in Madrid and at the British 2 weeks later. 2015, my strategy was to, on a Saturday afternoon, or Sunday, it then became a Sunday afternoon, was to have a cheat meal. This was just a try. I wanted to have a structured cheat meal in place so that I didn't resort back to my ways of 2014. So I knew a cheat meal was coming up. Mentally, it does get you through the week. It does. It does help do that. The problem is that it started off as a 3-course meal. It's a nice 3-course meal to a restaurant. It then became a 3-course meal and some ice cream when I got home. It then became a 3-course meal, ice cream, crisps, Pringles, sandwiches, cookies, brownies, Lucozade, other fizzy juice, and I would go eventually until I passed out. So what I realised from the last prep was that is a horrendous relationship with food. You're binging and what's the word I'm looking for? Jesus, man. Prep. Annihilating yourself during the week in order to justify this meal. So this is how I'd have done it during the week. So Monday to Saturday, I would have said to myself, I started saying to myself once kind of like my decisions went out the window, was I'm going to lower my carbs even more to try and get as much fat off as possible. I don't care about my performance, I don't care about my mental state, I don't care about anything, in order to justify this huge binge on a Saturday, on a Sunday. So it was a binge annihilation cycle. And did I get lean? Yeah, I got pretty lean. At the time, it was the leanest I've ever been, but that was due to the fact because my food was non-existent during the week, so I was starving myself. It was a starve binge cycle. That's not bodybuilding. That's an eating disorder. It's very similar to other eating disorders out there, where you punish yourself in order to counter what you've done, but in the bodybuilding sense, it was punish myself in order to justify eating all this crap on a Saturday and Sunday. Being a wee bit wiser, my attitude now, and then working with clients after this point, because that's when I started really ramping up my online coaching, was that the food that you're eating in a cheat meal, if it's crap, if it's shite, so let's just go with Domino's. If you order a Domino's in, what's in a Domino's? Fair enough, there is carbs from the dough, but there's also preservatives, chemicals, horrendous fats, trans fats, just a whole bunch of shit in the pizza. So we're just going with pizza as an example. This can apply to any food that your body's not used to. So we're going with pizza. So people say, oh, after pizza I look fucking dynamite. I know I was veins, I was big, I was round, I was this, that and this. In my opinion, this is an inflammatory response that your body has created. Your body is like, holy shit, what is this? So I compare it to when you have like a really bad burn and you get swelling and you get fluid. This is what I compare to binges and cheat meals, is you're just getting a swelling of fluid and other chemical systems within the body that create this veiny, filled out look. As soon as you do one cardio session, maybe two, and a training session, it's gone. Because you have not replaced glycogen. You have not replenished glycogen in the muscle, okay? You've simply caused an inflammatory response from the cheat meal. Granted, do you feel good in the session the next day? You might. Do you feel good in the session the day after? Probably not. By Wednesday, you're back to where you are. So, in my opinion, it's an inflammatory response, and it's a counterintuitive response. So that's where I see cheat meals. You've not replenished glycogen, which is the whole point of refeeding and adding food back into the diet. So that's why when you use clean carbs, it takes a few days to fill out, because your body knows how to digest it. The digestive systems are in place, enzymes and whatnot are in place to cope with this steady flow of carbohydrates that then translate to glycogen retention and then restoration in the muscle. This isn't happening when you have a cheat meal. It's not. You're not replenishing glycogen by having a cheat meal. Moving on to the metabolism side of it, is there a spike of certain food-related hormones? Yes. Is there an insulin response? Yes. But it's a momentary response. That's probably not the right word. But like a spike response. I forget what that word is called. I am smart, I do know words, but I'm just forgot them all right now. So you get this elevation in maybe metabolism, metabolic rate, insulin, but it doesn't last long. It goes like this, back down. You've not increased your metabolism, okay? Why do we diet for 16 to 20 weeks? Because it takes that amount of time to metabolically adjust to new levels of food and variations in expenditure. So you think you can change your metabolism from one cheat meal on a Saturday night? No, you can't. You can't change your metabolism. And then people say, oh, well, I was 2 pounds down on Thursday or Friday. You may have been 2 pounds down anyway from if you hadn't had the cheat meal. You probably would have. I've seen clients and I've seen people around me have cheat meals and the weight's not shifted by Thursday. They've not dropped weight. So if you're in a calorie deficit, you should be dropping weight anyway. It has nothing to do with increasing your metabolism with a cheat meal. You do get a momentary response and a quick response. Yes, there is an aspect of that there, but then it goes away extremely quickly. It doesn't make you burn fat quicker. Metabolic adaptation takes time. Hence the reason why you diet over an extended period of time. And yeah, so that's my opinion on cheat meals. If we're talking about someone who's not competing, cheat meals are essential, in my opinion, in terms of sustaining a healthy, kind of balanced lifestyle. I know if I was just dieting just to lose a little bit of body fat, I wouldn't want to be as restricted as I am now. I wouldn't see the point, the goal's not big enough. So having a cheat meal once or twice a week is within the plan. I do have clients, and I'm sure one of them, after watching this video, will then say to me, oh, well, you told me I have to have no cheat meals for the next 6 weeks. Yeah, because if you're on 1,300 calories and you binge all of Sunday, you're going to reverse certain things. Granted, you're not going to reverse the entire week's effort, but you are going to slow yourself down if you binge for a Sunday afternoon. So again, you take it client by client basis. Do they need it? Does their lifestyle need it? Does their spouse need it? Do their family need it? need them to be there for one night a week to eat and be social. If that aspect is true, then yeah, a cheat meal with a general, I hate the word, but like a non-competitor client, essentially. So that's what I've found. Competitors, for me, cheat meal, 9 times out of 10, no. And for the everyday, sorry, my alarm for my next meal went off. And then for the everyday non-competitor, I believe a cheat meal is valid and can be used, but not in terms of a metabolism increasing scenario. That is just something I flat out don't believe in. So that's my piece on cheat meals. The last point I want to make is that cheat meals is a horrendous name for them. So if you're the non-competitor client, don't call it cheat meal, because mentally it has negative connotations. And again, we want to build healthy relationships with food, and calling something a cheat meal, i.e. you've cheated, obviously cheated have negative connotations. I don't think it's beneficial to call it that. So an off-plan meal, or an enjoyment meal, or just a meal is fine. That's my take. You can argue in the comments below, or you can send me rude, scary messages about how wrong I am about certain things. Okay, bye.